Hi, today we're going to go ahead and set up database mirroring in high safety mode without a witness server. The intention being that we've got two different servers, node 1 and node 2. These are again in a cluster group on Windows failover cluster, but at this moment the intention here is only to go ahead and do database mirroring. For database mirroring you need to have a primary as well as a mirror. So as you can see here, I've got node 1 and node 2. I've already got database mirroring configured for a couple of my machine databases here, but I'm going to go ahead and create a brand new one as an example for this demonstration. The first thing I want to do is just go ahead and create a new database in node 2, which is going to be the primary. So I've got the mirror example. Again, at this moment it's empty. Next thing I want to do is go ahead and take a backup of this database. It should be in full recovery model, and let me just go ahead and put it in some easy to reach location at the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on E drive as db1.back and press OK. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and overwrite. Again, it's just a single backup set, so it doesn't really matter, but just to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the backup. Might seem a bit slow. That's really because my virtual machine is a bit stretched out at the moment with the screen recorder and everything going on it. Okay. So I've got db1.back. I'm going to move this into the other server, which is node 1. I've got a shared folder here, so I'm just going to move that over here. Now when I log into node 1, I want to restore the database, so I'm going to go ahead and choose restore database, and I'm going to call it mirror example. So let me just first pick up the database file. It's lying in sync data and it's called db1, right? Press OK. Now I've got mirror example. Everything looks good here. At this moment I'm going to go ahead and choose restore with no recovery, because the intention here being is that the log data or the transactions in the log file need to be copied over, and that will not be possible if the restore with recovery option is selected. So go ahead, select restore with no recovery and press OK, and the database should be successfully restored. So if you refresh here, we should see mirror example restoring, which is also going to be the case when you refresh here. So as you can see, it's not listed at the moment, so let's refresh it, and we've got mirror example restoring, so that's good. The next thing we want to do is actually start the whole database mirroring process. The first thing we need to do is right click, choose tasks, and then choose mirror, and you should see the endpoint created for the first node, which is the principal, which is what we're configuring at the moment. Let's go ahead and configure security, so press next. I don't want to go ahead and set up a witness at the moment, so it's just going to be the primary and the mirror. The principal server is the primary, so as you can see here, it's node 2 with port 5022, and that's important because these ports need to be open in order for database mirroring to work. Press next. Now node 2 is already my primary, so I'm going to go ahead and select node 1, and as you can see here, node 1 is on a different server, so I've got 5022 assigned for that as well. So it looks good. At this point I want to go ahead and use an account that has permissions to access the endpoint, because this is the account that, so I'm going to go ahead and just put that in. So you got asia.janet.group as the primary login. Usually it's a Windows authenticated account that you want to use, because that's what will authenticate and give you network access across both machines. Again, as you can see here, it says that it should have connect permission on the endpoints, so make sure that you go ahead and do that. Press next, press finish, and as you can see here, it's gone ahead and successfully configured the endpoints. Now that that's done, it'll ask you, do you want to go ahead and set up database mirroring? So go ahead, click start mirroring, and as soon as that's done, you'll see high safety without automatic failover, synchronous, and that's pretty much it really. So at this point we've actually configured database mirroring, so you can go ahead and press OK. As soon as I've done that, you'll see that over here now it says the primary, basically principal, synchronized, which is on node 2, and on node 1 it says mirror synchronized restoring. So it basically means that on node 1 I've got the secondary or the mirror and it's in restoring state, whereas here I've got mirror example primary, which is synchronized. So technically at this point, if I just go ahead and use mirror example, let me just go ahead and just pick it out of the drop down, and I say create table abcd id int, and that's done. And I've got a table created here, so that's good. Next thing I want to do is just failover, so let's go ahead and do that quickly. Mirror. If you want to failover, you can see that there's a button here that says failover. You just need to go ahead and click that. It'll ask you if you want to do it, and you can press yes. And now if you refresh databases, what was earlier the primary now becomes the mirror secondary, as you can see here, and what was earlier the mirror will now become the primary. And it also has the table that we've just created. So let's go ahead and insert into ABCD, select 1. Oops, I'm still connected in the primary, so I need to go ahead and connect to the secondary, so let me just do that. Great. Let me just go ahead and fail over again. Naturally, because this connection that I've just established has been terminated because it's failed over. So you'll never be able to actually query out of the secondary or the mirror, basically. And there we have it. The next thing that you probably want to just make sure that you're doing right is click on tasks and go ahead and launch database mirroring monitor. This is a quick summary of what's going on in database mirroring, and it gives you an idea about the health of your system. So for example, if you just click here and refresh it and give it a few minutes, it will actually go ahead and refresh with the latest action, and that gives you an idea about how things are going. Okay. So as you can see, node 2 is synchronized, that's good, and in a few minutes node 1 will also be available. It's just a matter of getting it refreshed. As you can see here, the mirroring state is synchronized, so everything looks good, high safety without automatic failover, and at this moment there's really no transactions moving around, which is purely because I'm not doing anything on the server. And that's pretty much it in terms of database mirroring. If you've done this much, you've got database mirroring set up, and I've already demonstrated how you can failover from the primary to the secondary. So that's all you need to do in terms of database mirroring. Have fun.